Hello everyone, Manafa Collectibles here with yet another 1/6 scale unboxing and review video. And today we're taking a look at Ryu from Iconiq Studios. Yes, this is the Street Fighter V Champion Edition and I can't wait to show you all the details. But before we start, I want to give a huge shout out to 1/6 Kit for sending me this figure. If you want to get this one or any other figures, make sure you check them out. I put the link down in the description below. Alright guys, enough with the talking, let's start with the unboxing. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, as you can see, we have the front of the box with Ryu. Now this is the side of the box, Ryu. This is the back with the curse and warning, small pieces, do not eat it. This is the other side, the top, and the bottom, Street Fighter V Champion Edition. Now let me remove this clear cover here, and here we have this box that you can open because it is magnetic, and if you do that, you will have access to the backdrop here, which looks pretty nice, especially for photography. Now going back to the box here guys, we have some special moves that you can get if you still play Street Fighter, of course, and of course the credits of all these people that made this figure possible. As you can see here, you can read it, you can pause it if you want. And then we have the instructions manual here. This is Iconiq and TB League partnership, especially for the body because it does look really nice. Now, out of the packaging, we have these white gloves. I'm not gonna use it, so if you want to use it, please be my guest. And of course, we have the figure here, and this is how you'll see it in the packaging. So the first thing is the brand new smell of a figure here. So here we have Ryu, ladies and gents, with the two health sculpts. We have the figure there, bunch of hands, and that's pretty much it. Alright guys, now let me take everything out and take a closer look at the accessories. And here we have all the accessories guys. As you can see, we have a lot. So we're going to start with the display base, and this one here has the Street Fighter V Championship or Champion Edition, sorry, logo on the top. We have Ryu name tag here, bottom, pretty much with the Capcom and the Iconiq Studios logo, and that's basically it. Then we have this dynamic pole that you can attach to the base, so that's a huge plus, especially if you want to do dynamic poses, and that's pretty much it. Now going to the light effect, this one here looks very nice. It is sculpted in plastic, translucent, as you can see here. I love the shape and the design on this one, and underneath we have a little hole there that you can actually put the stand here. So now this is a clear stand for photography purposes. It is a nice touch, so you just put it like so, and as you can see, you have the effect there. Then we have this punching bag here. So in my opinion, maybe more weathering would be nice, but it does look good. So this is the bottom, as you can see, nicely done, very fluffy. So then we have the second Ryu head sculpt here, and this one looks pretty cool. Love the paint application, the expression on the eyes. You can see the teeth sticking out, the red bandana there, which is wired, and that's a huge plus for dynamic poses. You can see the hair not just sculpted. This is the top, very spiky. And that's pretty much it, and don't worry, I'm gonna show you everything in the video, especially with the second head sculpt. Then we have the pair of feet. Yes, you have two, and very nicely sculpted. It is pretty much big, right? It is big for the size, but it looks pretty cool. You can see the toes underneath, very nicely done and sculpted. So kudos to Iconiq Studios for the detail. Then we have these two hands doing the effect there. And those two are together, obviously. It's, you know, put together on purpose so you can do the pose. And that's pretty much it for this one. As I sculpted, I love these red gloves. Then we have a bunch of hands. So I'm going to show you just a couple so you can get the idea. As you can see, very nicely done. Very nice red as well. The detail on the nails, the fingers, very well done. So you can see there. And of course, at the bottom, you can see the little holes there. And that's pretty much it. Now, taking a look at Ryu here, guys, let me tell you, this figure looks fantastic. So it is kind of heavy, right? Because it is metal inner part, so it does look pretty cool. Now, let me get my tape and see how tall this figure actually is. And Ryu is about 12 inches tall. Alright guys, enough with this. Let's take a closer look at the figure and take a look at the details. And here we have Ryu, guys. As you can see, this thing looks fantastic. Head sculpt looks on point. You can see the face nicely sculpted. Paint application wise, excellent. You can see the side here. You can even see the texture, and of course the sculpted hair, which is pretty cool, very spiky too. Now the red bandana is pretty much blend together with the wire pieces here on the back, so it does look pretty nice. Yeah, it's not as shiny as the other pieces, but I can live with that. Now underneath you can see everything is seamless, so that's a huge plus. The body looks amazing. Even the detail on the muscle looks fantastic. As you can see, you can actually squish it if you want, but don't do it. You have the gloves over there looking cool, and of course this piece here that you can actually bend it like so because it is wired. So that's pretty much a good thing, especially for poses and articulation. I don't think you're gonna have any issues whatsoever. Now the pants looks pretty cool. You can see at the bottom of the feet. Now you can see a gap on the feet. Some people might not like it. I'm okay with that because again, I think that's the only option, but I can see a bit of a difference between the color of the feet and the arm and the legs, sorry. Now the body is a bit heavy, as I mentioned before. This is the back of the figure, more detail on the muscles, of course, because everything is seamless and very nicely done. And that's pretty much it. You can see the booty, you can see the bottom of the feet with the gaps that I mentioned before, which I'm not too fan of it, but I guess that's the only option we have. Now for the articulation, you can move the head up and down this much, actually way up and down like so, and to the sides like that. Now you can lift the arm for about this much, maybe absolutely more. Lift it forward for about this much, and you have some swivel there. You can bend the elbow for about this much, which is very good in my opinion. And that's pretty much it. Now for the torso, you have a little bit of swivel and a good up crunch, so articulation is pretty much decent. Some swivel on the thighs. You can lift this forward, a bit of restriction because of the pants, but I'm okay with that. And you can bend the knee for about this much, maybe more. And you have some articulation on the feet, but I guess the gap, I don't like it, but overall I'm very happy with the articulation. Now let me show you this figure with the other head sculpt here. And as you can see, this one is with the angry expression, and it does look pretty nice. It blends perfectly together, same as the first head sculpt. One thing that I mentioned before is the color on the head sculpt and the body matches perfectly, so that's a huge plus. Now it does look pretty cool. This head sculpt, I really like it. The only minor complaint I might have is that he's looking sideways. I would like to see him straight, or at least have the option to rotate the eyes. But I guess I'm asking for too much. But other than that, very happy with this. As you can see, looks pretty cool. Alright guys, so now let's do some comparison here. And here we have Ryu and Rambo, and they look awesome together. Now for the next one, I'm gonna put, yes, you guys, or maybe you didn't, Robocop. And this is from Hot Toys. And yeah, height-wise, it's pretty much almost same height. Alright guys, so now let's do some poses here. So we're gonna start with a very simple pose. And of course, this one is the fighting pose, right? He's ready. He's Ryu. Come on, he's Ryu. I can wait for Kendo, and I wish and I hope Iconiq Studios does every Street Fighter character. That will be a huge plus, especially if they do Sagat or Bison or Balrog, you name it. Many characters that they can do. Now for the next pose, we have him here standing in the base, and this one I kind of use it on purpose so you guys can see how this will look if you put the base with the figure, of course. So this is another very simple pose. I was kind of afraid to do too much with this, especially because it's kind of difficult to put the hands and the feet. The feet was a pain in the butt, so if you're gonna interchange the feet, just take your time, because you know it is not easy as it's supposed to be. And last but certainly not least, we have a very cool pose. This is more like a walking pose. This is where I put one of the feet that came with this figure, and this is the struggle, right? It was difficult for me to put the feet and even connecting those hands over there, so I took some time to do it, and eventually it happened. But just give me your warning, just be careful and patience, of course. And that's pretty much it for the poses. Alright guys, so now my final thoughts about this figure is actually very positive. Let's start with the likeness. I think this is a really good representation of Ryu as seen in the Street Fighter V game. I think Iconiq Studios nailed the likeness on this figure, especially the proportion of the body. And doing this with TV Leak and making the body seamless is a huge plus. I haven't seen anything like this before, and I hope they continue this route because I think this is the way, not pun intended. But other than that, guys, very happy with this. A lot of accessories. You can do a lot of things. You need to take your time to do the poses because, again, it is difficult to change the hands, the feet. It is a pain in the butt. But other than that, having the backdrop and all these many accessories, it is definitely a must-have in your collection. And because of that, my final score is 9 out of 10. And if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Also, guys, don't forget to follow me on my Instagram, Manafa Collectibles, TikTok, Manafa Collectibles, and my Facebook group, 6 Scale Media, for anything related 1/6 figures. Both links in the description below. And if you have some time, check out these 2 cool videos. And as always, be well and see you around in the next video.